Hello, we're at the beginning of the 7th week and a new topic. The topic this week is carbon markets. Although the U.S. has not yet adopted a federal system for carbon markets, I thought that you should learn about carbon markets because they are being accepted on a global level, especially by the EU, which is a frontrunner. Pennsylvania is considering joining one of the several regional markets in the U.S. This one now has 10 Northeast U.S. states in it. It's called the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, or RGGI, for RGGI. And as of a news report on September the 15th, the state of play is that the Pennsylvania Environmental Quality Board has approved Pennsylvania joining RGGI. The holdup has been that we have a Democratic governor who is in favor of Pennsylvania joining RGGI and a Republican legislature that is not. RGGI would apply only to emissions from energy production and nothing else. According to research that I did over the weekend, transportation is responsible for the majority of greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S. 23% of our total emissions come from transportation, mostly road transportation. So almost a quarter. So RGGI is somewhat limited. Each of the regional carbon initiatives is slightly different, but I have a video in here to explain to you about RGGI. The U.S. on a federal level has proposed both a carbon tax, which is pretty easy, and then something called cap and trade. The idea behind a cap and trade is that there is a cap put on all carbon emissions within an economy. That amount of carbon emissions is then divided according to sectors. Each sector is given a certain number of permits to emit carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide equivalents. And if a particular sector or a particular company comes under the amount that it is permitted to emit, then it can sell that allowance to a company that may go over its allowance. As long as the cap is not breached, then everything is fine. And depending on what's happening in an industry, the price of those permits either goes up or goes down. Right now, I read that the permits in the EU are down. The price of them is down on the market, and you can imagine why. With COVID, there aren't that many emissions. So we'll see what happens once the economy starts to perk again. But with a cap and trade, as I said, the cap is set, and the idea is that gradually the cap will be reduced to meet whatever requirement that particular governmental body has decided to meet. I think that's it for carbon markets, other than what I have posted in the module. I want to thank those of you who made your individual presentations last week. Very, very interesting stuff on marine biodiversity and sea level rise. They're sort of related in a way. They both affect the oceans. But I hope that you're enjoying those presentations as much as I am. Thanks also to the teams for your work. I'm looking forward to getting the outlines of your papers next week. And as always, if there are any questions, you know where to find me. Take care. Bye.